In this day and age, a lot of the things that are supposed to be interrelated or correlated to one another have been, like spread out in a way where one can achieve one thing and not have the other. For example, back in the day, in the primal times, if a guy had to acquire resources or if a guy had to acquire any sort of status in his life, he had to be physically very capable, he had to be mentally very resilient so that he could handle high levels of stress, other tribes attacking your tribe, tribal rivalry, taking care of, planning, invasions in other tribes, protection of your own tribe, protection of your family, raising your children and all. Physical fortitude was very, very integral in order to actually be there when you're fighting, to, be able to physically defend yourself and the people who depend on you, the women and the children, and to also hunt and to also carry, heavy logs of trees and to, chop down trees and to, start fires and cook over those fires and all. A lot of that, having physical capability and having mental capability gave you the best, made you the top tier male. It gave you access to the best women. It gave you the right to pass on your genes. It gave you access to the highest level of resources. And the weaker men got the scrap or nothing at all. Now, in modern times, people can afford to be fat and out of shape and extremely, like not be a physical specimen or not even be physically active in the most remote sense, and still have, resources by, still have a job, still make money online, still have a lot of money, whereas, and have a lot of resources and be able to afford food and all, whereas back in the day this was not affordable. And similarly, a lot of people can be flat broke, have zero credits to their name, apart from the fact that they have a jacked body that they built into the gym. I think as individuals in the 21st century, as young men in the 21st century, it is very, very integral for us to be capable in all realms. And I am, going to raise my hand and be the first one to say that I need to be in the best physical shape possible. Because a strong mind is the best home for a strong body, is the best home for a strong mind. And a strong mind is the best, basis to keep yourself disciplined enough to keep going back to the gym even on days that you don't feel like. Because if you're physically very strong and you're physically very capable, your stress levels are lower, right? Because you're doing something with your body consistently, so your stress levels are lower. You don't overthink as much. You're more so in the action-taking realm, right? And as your physical resilience increases, your confidence increases because you know that you're more sure of yourself. Hence, your brain is able to optimally function. And even on days where you physically do not really want to go out and work as hard, your mindset is such, your mind has been conditioned as such that you still decide to leave your house and go to the gym or go out and work or go out for a jog or something. Like you still end up doing something either because of your mind or because of your body. And at this point, any sort of physical activity becomes muscle memory. Okay, na? And that goes for every single part of your body. If one part of the body slacks, the other one cannot do as well. You cannot train the left arm only and have the right arm perform optimally without any training. That never happens. You cannot have a stronger upper body, be jacked up top and have weak legs, because then the legs will not be able to carry the weight of your upper body, right? And similarly, you can't have the strongest legs but have a very lanky, sort of frame, you know, up top, or have like a weaker neck on a very jacked body, because then your neck will be slouched and all, and it won't look good. Your posture will be affected. Overall, it doesn't look good. Before you have money, before you have any sort of resource in your life, or before you have any sort of material possessions in your life, and this is like a message to my younger self, you need to be physically and mentally very, very capable. If you've done, let's say the first thing, you wake up in the morning and you promised yourself you would go to the gym, so you go to the gym and then you come back, right? You're already in that action taking realm. Your body is energized for the day. So whatever action you were supposed to take after the gym, which was going to help you make money, maybe it was like starting an online side hustle, maybe it was looking for jobs, maybe it was going to your workplace, whatever, you would be in a far better mental space just because you physically been active first thing in the morning. You would be in a much better mental space to now think more clearly, to now be more action taking. You're already in that zone. You're already you've built that momentum. First thing, you woke up and you did something with your body. Immediately you're now you're looking for other things to do, because your body is in that moment. You don't want to slow down. It has that momentum, it has that speed, it has that inertia, because inertia is what? Body, a body struggle to move when it's a state of rest, when it's in a state of rest, or a body struggle to come back to a position of rest if it's been in constant motion. So you have to use inertia to your advantage. Right now, guys like you who are watching, guys like myself who is still struggling with this, we're all a little too passive, because we sit back and we're in that inertia phase where we struggle to get going. Whereas if we make the first move, we get past that struggle of the first move, and we build that momentum where we're doing something one after the other, after the other, after the other. Notice how you're not immediately tired once you leave the gym. This is exactly how it's supposed to be. You're still looking for something to do. This is why a healthy mind is essential for a healthy body, whereas, and the inverse is also true, a healthy body is very, very integral for a healthy mind. And when a healthy mind and a healthy body are aligned, you can have access to the best resources, you can have access to the best women, you improve your overall physical health, mental health, fertility, whatever. It is important to max out every single stat.